Vilaseni Fawanuku was a one-man wrecking crew at Bingham High in West Jordan, Utah last fall. An all-state defensive lineman, he helped lead head coach Dave Peck's team to an undefeated season, a state title, and the number 3 ranking in the nation.
I love the kid, and I would do what I could to try to help him in his life.
A life off the field that took a dark turn last March when Fawanuku was arrested on 2 felony robbery charges at age 16.
I knew there was an incident. I honestly didn't know a whole lot that had happened at that point.
Peck says when he found out, he suspended Vilaseni for 2 games, not for the arrest, but the drinking that preceded it.
Were you aware of the severity of the crime at all?
Not till, there was a point where I became aware of it, but I was not aware of it, within months even of when it happened.
It happened inside this garage. According to police reports, Fawanuku pointed a gun at least 2 victims, while his cousin stole drugs, cash, and a wallet containing a debit card, later used to make about $150 in purchases.
Kenny and a couple of his friends were outside.
Justin Allred was inside the adjacent house when his roommate, one of the victims, rushed inside.
Look on Kenny's face, he was scared to death. He didn't know what happened, he was
Scared to death?
Oh, in fear. Those guys weren't playing around. They were, he thought he was going to die.
He thought he was going to die?
Yeah, he told me he had a gun 2 inches from his face.
Lead Detective Chad Hahn said 2 of the victims described the gun as a 9mm pistol, attached to a chilling threat made by Fawanuku.
If they called law enforcement, they'd do bodily harm to them.
Bodily harm meaning what?
Death.
As evidenced by this email, Vilaseni's exact words were said to be, "I better not hear this on the news, or I'll come back and kill you."
Yeah, there's just a lot of different stories out there about...
In a lengthy interview at the family home with his mother at his side, Fawanuku denied threatening to kill anyone. Dead certain, he said, it was a pellet gun in his hand and not a pistol.
Thank you.
He told Sports Illustrated's Jeff Benedict in this reporter he was kind of lost at the time of the robbery, unhinged by 2 family tragedies.
I wasn't really thinking, man. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I stood up, I showed the gun, then we left.
Fawanuku was originally charged as an adult. The case was later sent to juvenile court, where he admitted to a single count of second-degree felony robbery and was sentenced to probation and 125 hours of community service. A prosecutor close to the case told us the decision to move the case to juvenile court was made by upper administration, weighing an adult conviction that would, quote, define Seni's life against the loss of a potential football scholarship.
I do know that I've had contact from other colleges that said if it doesn't work out at University of Utah, that they would definitely be, interested in him.
As it turns out, after successfully completing community service and probation, Fawanuku's actions will be recorded by the court as a delinquent act and not a crime. The reclassification paving the way for him to accept a scholarship to play football at the University of Utah next season, which has a school policy prohibiting the signing of felons. Armin Katayan, CBS News, West Jordan, Utah.